Very. I'm on Blender for the first time doing animation. Modeling.
Oh. Yeah, I have a friend who tried using
But
Blender
I
to
don't
make
even know how to move the character's limbs to actually make it work.
Give me a minute. I think I got the video up now. Yes, I did. Okay. Oh, boy. Y'all know I actually do a lot of content for We Need to Go Deeper, correct?
Yeah, because like you're part of the whatever sub thingamajig.
Yes.
Like you're trying to test it and provide improvements and feedback to the developers.
Well, I'm so grateful that the devs actually let me do their beta sub testing that I'm actually going to do a virtual showcase of it.
Oh. Do with it? Are you trying to animate it for the devs?
No, I'm making an animated short just to showcase the sub. Since the sub's in 2 dimensions only, I had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you're doing it in a 3D editor.
It sounds like you got your work cut out for you. I just wanted to pop in and say hi since I heard the the call ringing and stuff.
Finally fixed it. Just a little bit of a delay.
No, I get it. It's late too. But no, seriously, take a look.
Got backup codes and password. Just in case.
Are you sharing via Discord?
I'm doing YouTube stream.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, the link's in the YouTube. You can check it out. It's not a big deal.
On a random game.
Okay, un momento.
I'm just gonna test something. Okay.
The Atomique with Blender Part 2?
Continuing.
Did you make that 3D model yourself?
Yes.
That's a lot.
Sounds like a lot of work.
12 hours of my life. Actually, no, 14. Oh no, did I get the blades right for the... If you look though, that is a legitimate looking sub, isn't it?
Neat. Looks pretty neat. Although, from the picture, it looks like those little, I don't know if those are like some kind of turrets or what.
Yeah, turrets.
It looks like they're more on the side rather than on the bottom, according to the picture.
Yeah, I got that. The thing is, as soon as the sub turns around though, it's got 2 more on the side too. And this thing has only got 2 turrets.
Oh, I see.
So, I took a little bit of liberty. And even there's a place for people to go in the sub too. I'm not a good animator. I know that. I haven't animated. I don't know how Blender works, but basically this baseline, just with the fine details in the lines, this is done. If you understand what I'm saying, this...
So you've completed the actual model, now you just need to color it and make it move.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have absolutely zero experience with that, otherwise I'd offer some advice.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Every time I've attempted anything remotely similar, it's like, oh wow, that was so much work. Now it can do one thing and one thing only, and I honestly don't have energy to make it do a second thing.
No, I get it. And the fact is, I still got some issues with it. It's still got fine-tuning and editing, but the point is, this is, to start out with, not bad. Oh.
From what I can see, you did a pretty darn good job of it.
I'm about to share the information with the devs.
Oh, this looks cool.
What?
You do maps in People Playground.
Mm-hmm.
I missed half of it.
But yeah, there's still more work to be had with it, but literally, this is almost
So did you make this just off of the 2D graphic?
Yeah.
Nice. Kind of reminds me of a time when I used a schematic of a Congo-class battlecruiser to make a little 3D model of one. Like I made all the lines using the top-down view. I put all the lines on that, and then I looked at the side view as reference for like how high I should raise them all. The finished product actually turned out pretty well. I 3D printed it, and it looked great. But then I left it in my car on a hot day while it was tilted on its side, and now it's permanently bent.
Mm. Like I said, though, this, I mean, for a 2D rendition to be changed into a 3D rendition, I did not do bad. Not bad at all.
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna hand this over to an animator and see what they can do. They specialize in SMF. They were helping me out with Blender a little bit.
Version of this game. No, actually not.
Hmm?
Go through copyright and stuff. Be cool.
Wow, that's just really impressive looking. Like you really did a good job, and I'm not just saying that to flatter you.
No, this paid homage to the devs completely. The fact is, We Need to Go Deeper is one of those games that's just a smaller community. So, let me, before I finish up, literally though, this is actually built from a damn ball. It's a spear that I changed into that. Three attempts.
Ooh. So I take it the first thing you did was just stretch out the body.
Yep. Big old cylinder.
What was the second part you worked on? Like, what was the order in which you did the things, the additions?
Alright. First part I was focused on was, the body. To get the body, the turrets, the rings, the measurements, the nose count, the nose on it. And then actually the portholes. And then what I did was I was stuck on trying to do the trying to do the modeling of the top part here and the rudder.
Yeah, it's really complex.
I'll say this. Basically, what I did was I stretched out a spear, flattened it, compressed it, actually flattened out the sub right here too, made certain everything was square, laid this out, basically then took the endpoints and literally made this point right here, edged it down here,
Huh.
Oh,
and then literally worked down the inside to where it actually works into a point here. Now the problem is that left with two very sharp edges here, so I actually pushed them in to here to hide them.
That's a really interesting approach. I like it.
And over here, you'll still see the sharp, but the point is that shouldn't, I'm being honest, I'm not skilled enough to actually get that resolved, but honestly, it could take someone who really knows Blender inside and out 5 minutes, I guarantee it.
By the way, isn't that starboard rear fin like a little bit crooked? Or
Yeah,
is it supposed to be like
no,
that?
it's crooked. It's crooked. I'm actually going back into edit mode to fix it.
Well, I wish you luck with all that. I'm gonna go back to reading my book.
No, I'm gonna be reading and shutting down myself. It's just that this sub's coming.
get off.
This sub's coming on live in March, so
Please.
let's see here. Move that back like that. Move that back like that. Pull it out. Push it down.
Hey, one last question for you, Dia,
Mhm.
before I go. In Star Wars Empire at War,
Yeah.
have you ever experimented around with using the bigger Imperial ships, frigates and capital ships, as essentially aircraft carriers, like keeping them back and relying on their squadrons of fighters and bombers to soften up the enemy and
That's
remove certain obstacles, then moving the big ships in?
That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I was playing the Imperial campaign. I just pretty much played all the way through it in one sitting, and I found that doing that was very, very effective. I wound up winning space battles against overwhelming odds with no losses. I
Yeah.
was just wondering if that was like a common tactic. It sounds like it'd be really hard to make work against other players, especially what with, how effective of a counter corvettes are.
That's the thing about it. It works outside of campaign. It doesn't.
Yeah, the only reason I was able to make it work was because I had Darth Vader, and he's actually pretty good at taking out corvettes. Just have to give him time.
Well, actually,
Otherwise, it wouldn't have worked.
are you talking about the Superstar Destroyer, Darth Vader?
No, I'm talking about original EAW.
Oh, yes. I think
Although the Superstar Destroyer would also be pretty good at taking out corvettes.
it takes up pretty much everything. Pardon me for saying.
Yeah, but because of Darth Vader's fighter having all that extra firepower, and his wingmen being durable, and the fact that he doesn't take damage until all of them are dead, and you can use the replenish them in time, I can go through and take out. I can be engaging like 3 corvettes at once and just take them out one at a time, and not have him himself ever take any damage.
Yeah.
So I found that to be really useful.
It is.
Marauder cruisers became the bane of my existence.
Marauder cruisers are the bane of everybody's existences. It's the reason why I use them. They're some of the best anti-fighter ships in Star Wars Empire War. I think, other than some modeling issues I'm having over here,
Okay, well, I'm actually gonna go ahead and head off now. So, you have a good night, and I hope that this is a wondrous success, and I hope that it can really
Well,
do what you want it to do and showcase the way you feel about it, feel about that sub.
no, I'm not trying to go over the top with it, but I am trying to be like, this is a really fun game. There we go. Ah, shit.
Exactly.
That's
See, like you're doing this, like you're actually enjoying doing this. It isn't just some dumb chore that you're like, oh, I can't believe I have to do this, and it shows. And I really hope that people can see the love that you put into this and see your effort and appreciate it.
yeah. I don't know. I don't
And good
think
luck getting the animation to go smoothly.
if all else fails, I'll just do a pan around and have it pan and just call it good at that because I'm not gonna. If you understand what I'm saying, there's
Yeah,
there's a point where it's just like I'm not. Even if the devs gave me consent to utilize their music, there's plenty of stuff I can do to actually. There we go. Let me tuck that back in there. There. That's pretty much done, other than the holes I need to punch out. I mean, I'm not going to put the motor in or anything, and truth be told, the animation's only going to show about this much of the sub. If you get what I'm saying.
yeah.
But
And the
still,
motor really isn't all that necessary because it's kind of implied that it's there, and it's like, well, if it's spinning fast, you're not really able to see it anyways.
but oh, I better save this. I better save this. Yeah, if that got corrupted, I would be pissed.
Very sad.
Alright.
You'd think that you'd think that you learn your lesson about that kind of thing after the first few incidents, and yet we all keep on making projects and doing them and not saving for hours and hours and hours.
Mm,
And then one day we get a harsh reminder again, and it still doesn't really fully teach us our lesson. The pain of making anything with software.
but I think I got the structure as close to right as I can. I'll let the other animator actually look at this, but the model, the baseline model, is done. Holy hell. Alright,
Well, you have a good rest of your night, Dia.
I will. I will. And get some rest yourself. Alright, I'm going to post this up for the devs and wonder what they're going to do or say. Have a good one.
Yep, you too.
Bye.